Of course, Australians can now buy shares in one of the country's largest beer stores as Beer Cartel heads to Birchal to raise equity crowdfunding for their beers. To take us through the opportunity, we're joined by founders Richard Kelsey and Jeff Ewens. Guys, thanks you both for joining us in studio. Run us through what Beer Cartel is.
Thanks for having us. Yeah, thanks for having us. We started back in 2009 and we started because back then there was so little good beer that you could find anywhere. And we had experienced great beer for ourselves, and we actually just wanted to share that love and to make it available for people all around Australia. So we started back then, we're just online with a beer subscription, and then we got a store in 2011, and we've just grown from there.
We actually started from a Kennard's self-storage shed.
Oh, really?
The original license was in the rental property that I was in.
That's such a nice
That's a startup.
From bedroom to Kennard's shed.
It was.
The shed was about this size as well, the size of the table.
Oh yeah, the smallest one you could get.
Yeah.
All right, so now you've got more than 1,000 beers in the range, but let's talk about this campaign because I think we're about 4 days of the AOI left, and then you're going to go into the fundraising part. How's it tracking so far?
Yeah, it's been great. So apparently we're according to Birchal, the fastest to 1,000 people registering their interest, which is fantastic.
I'm surprised.
People love good beer, so yeah, it's a great opportunity. We've got a bit longer that we're going to be going for, and then roll into the actual opportunity to own a share in beer or a share in Beer Cartel for less than a couple of cases of beer.
Now, look, run us through sort of the range that you guys have. I can see a lot of Sydney brands that I'm ashamed to say I've been to every brewery of.
This is
but,
Tassie?
You know, that's the Tassie one. I haven't got to that one, but you know, Pash the Magic Dragon, Grifter, I can see them all. Run us through the range, and while we're at it, we'll all just try one.
Yeah, so the range is 1,000+ different beers, and that's available online and in our Sydney store. So we've got a small store in Artarmon, but most of our business is e-com, online and distributing directly to people's homes around Australia. So we started with a range of about 35 beers when we went from the Kennard's self-storage shed to our store in Artarmon. And that's grown now to over 1,000 different beers, and that's from around the world. So you've got kind of heritage countries like Belgium, Germany, also countries like the US, New Zealand, and a large part is from Australia as well. So
I was going to say, I'm loving these too. Is this part of the deal? Sort of like when you get a subscription, how do we get a hold of these?
There will be some glasses. We haven't worked out. We've got those glasses. We've got some very elegant kind of stemmed ones as well. So we're trying to work out.
So you get a bit posh as well.
Yeah, just a little bit posh. So yeah, we're going to definitely have some investor benefits. So there will be glasses, a bottle opener, and some discounts for buying online and in store as well.
Okay, so let's cut to the chase. The raise, how much you're looking for, and what are the plans for it?
So
you're not spending it on beer, I assume.
Well, you've got to spend a bit on beer, that's for sure. So looking to raise up to $2 million, and it's going to be across a whole gamut of things. So we are an online business. Our website, beercartel.com.au, is our main channel that we sell through. So a lot of it's going to be on refinements to the website, getting more people to actually find out about us and get more people interested in craft beer. So that's going to be a big sort of focus of it.
Well, boys, certainly let's cheers to that.
Yeah.
Cheers to the raise.
This is the Heaps Normal, which is cool because that's the one with no alcohol in it.
Alcohol free, so if you're driving, perfect beer.
Yeah, absolutely. And I do want to ask you about sort of how you guys stay ahead of the pack. You know, you were pioneers in this space. You've got a whole bunch of people in the peloton chasing you now. How do you remain innovative and in front of everyone else?
Yeah, so a big part of that is around our range and also our kind of logistics and our processes that we've got behind it. So we try and range the best range that we think we can put together.
Which means lots of taste testing.
Lots of taste testing. And it's good that we've got a very broad team to spread that taste testing across. But for us, it's about getting the beers that we know that consumers actually want. So for example, that Heaps Normal is a perfect example of that. The alcohol-free category, for example, has grown by almost 100% in 2020. And so now our alcohol-free range has actually grown. And we also, the heritage brands like the Belgian brands and the German brands, they're very hard to come by sometimes in Australia. And so we ensure that we have that range and that we have the processes to be able to get that to people's doors quickly.
And that is the fun part. It's not just Australian, there are some great overseas ones you can try as well. Great to have you on the show. We wish you all the best with the Birchal campaign, so people can jump on, register for the expression of interest, and then the campaign kicks off next week. Thanks for joining us on the show, the pair of you.
Thanks very much.
Keep testing.
Thanks, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers.